Good day. I'm Sir Joseph Reyes, and our topic for today is all about logical operators. So, when we are talking about logical operators, we're talking about propositions, and meaning it is a declarative sentence. A proposition is a declarative sentence. In short, nagpapahayag siya ng katotohanan or point of view. Kapag ito ay interrogative or patanong, exclamatory, padamdam, imperative, pautos. Ito ay mga uri ng sentences na hindi preposition. Tandaan lamang na ang prepositions ay declarative o nagsasabi ng katotohanan o point of view. So, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon ay logical operators. So, given a proposition, its truth table show all its possible truth values. So this is a sample. Since a proposition has two possible truth values, a proposition would have the following truth table. So let's say proposition P, we have true and false as our truth values for this truth table. Truth tables can also be used to display various combinations of the truth values of two propositions, P and Q. The rows of the table will correspond to each truth value combination of P and Q. So there will be 2 squared equals 4 rows. The truth table for propositions P and Q are as follows. So we have proposition P, we have true, true, false, false. And for the proposition Q, we have true, false, true, false. So this is a sample of truth values for two propositions. Similarly, suppose P, Q, and R are propositions. Then the truth table involving the given proposition has rows as shown below. So we have this one. So we have 4 true and 4 false for the proposition P. For the Q, we have 2 by 2 and alternate for R. In general, a truth table involving proposition has 2 and rows. So, kung titingnan natin, paano ba gumawa ng truth table? Para magawa ang truth table, meron kang formula na 2 raised to n. Ang n ay ang number ng letters o proposition na nakabigay. For instance, in this example, we have 3 letters, P, Q, and R. So, you just put 2 raised to 3 and multiply by itself 3 times. So, the answer is 8. Therefore, truth values in the truth table should be in a total of 8 rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then divide the total to 2 and you will get 4. Meaning to say, you have 4 true and 4 false. And for this one, you have alternate by 2 na naman. So, i-divide mo na naman yung 4 by 2. So, there will be 2, and then 2 for here, then here, another 2, and another 2 for this one. And, di-divide mo na naman yung 2 na nakuha mo by 2, and that's 1. So, therefore, we have true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So, this is how to make a truth table using propositions. Now, let's have definition 1.2. The negation of a proposition is denoted by negation of P or not P, and it's defined through its truth table. For instance, we have P, and the negation of P is Q. Let's say it's Q. So we have, therefore, true, or the negation of true is false, and the negation of false is true. On the other hand, we have another example. We have 8 rows here. So the negation of P, okay, negation of P, I think there's something wrong here. I'm sorry for the mistakes. This should be false. This one is false. And then false. And then this one is true, tama. And then this is true. Okay. So this is a sample of negation. And basta pag negate, kung true siya, gagawin lang siyang false. And kapag false siya, gagawin siyang true. And for the conjunction, yan, of a propositions P and Q is denoted by P conjuncts Q. Pag binasa ito is P conjuncts Q or P and Q, and it's defined through its truth table. So this is an example. So anong napapansin dito sa table? So we have two prepositions, therefore we have 2 raised to n, and that is 2 raised to 2, and it's equal to 4. Therefore we should have 4 rows. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 rows, and then we have 2 columns for P and Q, and we have here the conjunction or P conjuncts Q. So kung napapansin ninyo, ang dalawang true lamang ay true pagdating sa conjunctions. So, ibig sabihin, meron lang tayong certain, sabihin na natin certain clue or rule sa conjunction na T plus T equals false. I mean T. And the rest are false. Basta meron siyang false, either sa hypothesis niya or sa conclusion niya, siya ay false. But, kapag parehong true, doon lang siya magiging true. Yun ang pinaka parang clue natin pagdating sa conjunction. So, the preposition P and Q are called conjuncts. And conjunction P conjuncts Q is true only when both conjuncts P and Q are true, as shown in its truth table. Another logical operations is disjunction of two prepositions P and Q is denoted by P disjuncts Q or P or Q, and is defined through its truth table. So this is again another two prepositions PQ, and P disjuncts Q, as you can see, there is only one false. So, parang kabaliktaran siya ng conjunction. So, for this one, ang F plus F is equal to F. But the rest, once na meron siyang true, lahat ay magiging true. So, ito lang yung nag-iisang rule pagdating sa disjunction. So, once na meron siyang true, kahit isa lang, either sa hypothesis or conclusion, siya ay true. Ang ating sagot ay true. Pero, kapag dalawang false, false ang ating answer. So, propositions P and Q are called disjuncts. The above two tables show us that the disjunction disjunct Q is false only when both disjuncts P and Q are false. Another logical operators is conditional. Of the proposition P and Q is denoted by P implies Q or if P then Q. And it is defined through its truth table. So ito naman siya. So again, we have two propositions given and 4 rows for the two propositions using 2 raised to n. And as you can see, for this implies, for as long as the hypothesis is true and the conclusion is false, that is the only time na magiging false ang iyong um, conditional statement. But the rest are true. Basta true ang iyong conclusion or basta pareho silang false. Or sabihin natin parehong true, and that is true. Parehong false, and that is true. Mali ang kanyang hypothesis, pero tama ang kanyang conclusion, that's still true. Pero tama ang hypothesis, mali ang kanyang conclusion, that is false. So, ang clue lang natin dito ay T plus F or TF, sabi nga nila, equals F, and the rest are true. So the conditional P implies Q may also be read as P implies Q. The proposition P is called the hypothesis, while the proposition Q is called the conclusion. Last is biconditional. So bago tayo mag-proceed, pag not, gagawin mo lang not or in-negate mo lang ang mga given truth values. Like, kung T siya, magiging false. Kung false siya, magiging true. Sa conjunction naman, ang parehong true lamang ang true and the rest are false. Sa disjunction, ang parehong false lamang ang false and the rest are true. And sa conditional, kapag ang conclusion ay false at true ang hypothesis, therefore, ang answer mo ay false. Or sabihin natin, pag true ang hypothesis at false ang conclusion, therefore, your answer should be false. The rest, true na. Okay. The last operator is biconditional or propositions P and Q is denoted by P if and if Q or P if only if Q and is defined through its truth table. So, we have another truth table here. Okay, for this one, may clue lang tayo dito. Kapag parehong true ang ating conclusions and hypotheses o parehong false ang ating conclusions and hypotheses, magiging true ang answer natin. Therefore, the others na may alternate ang truth value like TF or FT are false. And yung magkakapareho ay true. That is biconditional. The proposition may also be written as P if and if Q. The proposition P and Q are the components of the biconditional. Okay? So we will now on the truth tables making. And you will see this lesson to our next video. Thank you. Okay, so good day everyone. I'm